Oh my goodness, that tart looks delicious. So navigating relationships in high-pressure environments can be particularly challenging, but building and maintaining positive relationships is a vital part of any organization. I'm so excited to welcome back HR business partner, keynote speaker, and comedian Thato Mabelane, who's here to chat to us about building relationships better at work. Welcome back, Thato.
Thank you very much, Loretta.
So you were saying earlier on that you love people,
yes,
which means you love relationships.
Yes.
Speak to me about how important is the working relationship.
It's vital. So relationships are like the cornerstone of us. We show social beings as humans, and building good relationships is good for example, helping us navigate situations when they're tough, helps us deal with life and laugh at life, because life can get a bit difficult sometimes. Yes. And we spend 80% of our time at work.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely vital that we build positive relationships at work because we spend so much time there.
And isn't it fascinating how your working relationship can also impact how you feel at home? Because one doesn't just switch off, right? If you're going through something that's really challenging at work, you don't just switch off when you go home. You take that with you, and vice versa. Whatever's going on at home, you take that with you to work. So how does one, as someone that's been involved in HR, how does one form a healthy relationship with oneself in relation to your colleagues that you're not getting along with?
So it's about I think understanding self.
Yeah.
And understanding that we're all experiencing life as we experience life. Life throws things at us. So it's about understanding self and respecting others. So always trying to consider how it feels for the other person if you are not, for example, if you don't understand self and if you don't heal from whatever that's bothering you, if it's at home or other places, you bring that with you to work. So it's about being conscious of what you do and how you actually show up.
So Thato, you're speaking my language, but give me an example. Someone that is unaware and then having issues at work, but completely unaware. How do we bring awareness into that so we are aware of what you speak about?
All right, cool. So it's about boundaries. For example, say that happens to somebody at work and then that person is not aware. It's about the person receiving the thing to make the person aware with kindness, with love, and just go, this is how this makes me feel. So it's about something called ways of working. It's an acronym called WOW. It's almost like rules of engagement.
Okay,
this is
ways of working.
Yes, ways of working. This is what this makes me feel when you do that. And I would prefer you to do that rather. And then the person then gets to go, oh, my behavior actually impacts you in this way.
Yes.
So they are aware of how that plays out, and how the person can actually assist themselves at home or outside work is by finding ways to regulate their parasympathetic nervous system, which is basically meditating or exercising. So give yourself love so that you can actually be fine at work and in your relations. Yeah.
I like that. So kind of like responding to a situation that happens at work as opposed to reacting to a situation. And what I love what you said about bringing it back home and going, what you said has made me feel this way. So instead of attacking the person, you go, that has made me feel a certain way. And I think when we speak to people that way, you're not coming from a place of attack, but rather saying, I take responsibility for the way I'm feeling, and when you said such and such, it made me feel this way.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, which is like, it's sort of like, it relaxes the situation.
Yes.
Whereas if you go, you did this, and then the person gets defensive and then it sparks.
Yeah. Give me some tips as to how, things have changed so much in a really positive way in terms of diversity and inclusion in the workspace, but that doesn't necessarily translate to awareness or knowledge, right? How does one go about navigating the workspace and considering sensitivity when it comes to inclusivity and diversity?
I think it will be the same as that ways of working, like being aware, self-aware, and then being aware what role you play within situations. For example, with our history, political history in our country, with apartheid and whatever, coming into workplaces, you would get a lot of females, a lot of black people being disrespected because of our history, right?
Yes.
And then my job as an HR professional is to make others or my clients aware that, yes, this was a political background or history. However, this is now a company and we are all operating under one umbrella, so it's about respect.
Yes.
So I think I lead on values and respect, and that helps navigate that space and treating people with dignity.
Yes.
And that's it.
I love that. So 2 things I want to comment on that. I think company culture is important, right?
Absolutely.
What is the ethos of the company and the layers of respect that we impart with our employees? And also further on, I think it's important to educate yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
Just simply as a human being so that you can be a better employee and peer at your job.
Yeah, yeah. And also company policy and values of, like companies go through cultural exercises where they go, okay, this is how we show up as a company. For example, I work for Woolworths Financial Services, and we've just been through a process of establishing what our culture is.
Okay.
And then from that, then the values are then established, and then we hold each other accountable of how we behave based on what we said our culture is and our values. So it makes it a bit like less muddy, because everybody knows, okay, this is our culture, this is what we said, this is what we agreed on in terms of values. So it makes it very nice to navigate and play.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. It's always such a delight having you in studio. Building strong relationships at work is not just a professional asset, but a key to personal and organizational success. We'll see you after the break.